For today's lesson, we will work on solving literal equations, multivariable equation notes. SOL 8.4c, the student will solve literal equations for a specified variable. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to solve an equation for a specified variable. All right, so looking at the two equations that we have in front of us. All right, so to the left, we have 16 equals 7x plus 2. All right, so again, when we are solving equations, our whole goal is to isolate the variable. So in order to do so, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And I get 14 is equal to 7x. I'm going to divide both sides by 7. And 2 is equal to x. Or by the symmetric property, x is equal to 2. All right, so looking at the right side, I have y equals mx plus b. So in the equation on the left, I have majority numbers with one variable, but on the right, I have all variables, all right? I'm going to solve it just like I solve any two-step equation. I'm going to use addition and subtraction first, then multiplication or division, all right? So my whole goal is to isolate x, so I'm going to subtract b from both sides. All right? I get mx is equal to y minus b, all right? Because I can't combine y and b together because they're two separate variables. All right, my m is being multiplied by my x, so I'm going to divide both sides by m. And I get x is equal to y minus b over m. All right, so now that we've seen an example, what is a literal equation? A literal equation is an equation that contains more than one variable in the equation. So for example, area equals base times height, and perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. That should be 2w. Make sure you change that to 2w, not 2p. That should be 2. Scratch that out, and that should be w. All right? Why are literal equations important? They're important because, especially when we're working with geometry topics, like we're talking about area, perimeter, volume, distance, all right? We're using those formulas, and not all the time we'll just be plugging in the rate or the time, or plugging in the base and the height. Sometimes you'll be given the height and given the area, and you have to solve for the base. Or you're given the length, but now you have to solve for, and the perimeter, but now you have to solve for the width, all right? So for example, it says solve for r. So I have the equation d equals rt, all right? And I want to solve for r. Say, for example, the example that I'm solving, it only gives me the distance and the time, but I need to solve for the rate, all right? So the whole goal is I want to get r on the side by itself. Since r and t are being multiplied together, I'm going to divide both sides by t. And r is equal to d divided by t. All right, I can't simplify that anymore because d and t are not the same variable. They are not like terms. All right, so let's solve for h. I have area is equal to 1/2 the base times height. So this is the area of a triangle, all right? So my whole goal is that I want to solve for h. So I want to get h by itself. So in order to do so, I have 1/2. In order to get rid of that 1/2, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. I get 2a is equal to bh. Again, I am solving for h. My base and my height are being multiplied together, so I'm going to divide both sides by my base. And I get that 2a divided by b is equal to my height. Okay? In the next example, we are solving for y. So I have m is equal to y y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so here, if you see, I'm solving for y sub 1. All right, so I want to get this y here by itself. All right, so the first step I'm going to do, I have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Of course, we look at fractions as division. So in order to get rid of this x2 minus x1, I'm going to multiply it on both sides of the equation to cancel it on the right side. All right, so I now get m times x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1. All right, now I just want to get y sub 1 by itself. So I'm going to subtract y2 from both sides. And I get m times x2 minus x1 minus y2 is equal to a negative y2. Oops, excuse me, not y2. Is equal to a negative y sub 1. All right. So I'm just solving for y sub 1. So what would I have to do in order to make that positive? Because I can't keep my variables negative. I have to have them positive. All right. So I'm going to multiply, or you can divide both sides by a negative 1. All right. So over here on the right side, all right, so I know that on the right side, I'm just going to have y sub 1. And then I have to divide everything by the negative 1. So I'm going to have negative m so I have negative m times negative x sub 2 plus x sub 1 plus y sub 2. Sorry, that should be a y sub 2. All right, so now I want you to try to solve this one on your own. So I have ax plus by equals c, and we are solving for y. All right, so the first step to getting y by itself is I have to subtract ax from both sides. I get by is equal to negative ax plus c. All right. Then I have to divide both sides by b, divide both sides by b, and I get y is equal to negative ax plus c divided by b. All right. Now there are 3 practice problems for you to show your understanding of the video. Of course, if you are having issues, there are 2 videos from one from Khan Academy, one from YouTube, that will help you more with this topic.